Ladies and gentlemen, you know?
Oh, that's sick. That's a
Yeah,
sick voice changer. I always get the goofy ones.
that's my raid. Coming in with the raid of 1,000, it's Rathogen.
That's sick.
That's
Um,
a future thing. Rat, that's future us. That's future us.
so what are your online tags? What do you go by?
I go by Tibor Gaming, though a lot of people just call me Tibor, or they call me T-Borg, or Tabor, but I go by Tibor mainly.
And what do you primarily? So like clearly you stream. You know that's I like your cassettes beside you. You got a nice vibe
Nice.
going on. Yeah,
Look
that's
at
nice.
that.
That's a nice touch.
One of these days, I'm gonna have this on air sign eventually going up.
Oh,
But you know what?
oh, that's
Don't.
such a nice touch.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm a mess already. I'm a mess already. But yeah, I can't wait to get that bloody thing going. Can't wait for that.
That's pretty cool, man. I gotta say, it looks like you stream in the upstairs of an Urban Outfitters.
I do. You know
just
what? Funny.
just
It,
just
I'm,
has
I'm
the
not.
corner of like the store like taken over. The employees are like, no, we don't go there.
Funny you mention it. That's exactly where I stream right now. That's exactly where I stream. Shit, the store, the secret's out. The jig is up. What the fuck do I do now? Thanks, Ralph.
Just hope corporate
Appreciate
doesn't
it.
tell on you. You know
God
Well,
damn it!
well, yeah.
Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. We don't have to tell that. We don't have to tell corporate anything. We don't have to tell. We don't have to tell head office anything. Okay, we just let me live in my little corner. Okay, can I just have that? Can I just have that?
Well, I hate to tell you, Tibor, but I'm almost certain that Total Sunbro has already started recording.
Of course they
Oh,
are.
I
Yeah,
figured that's
yeah,
exactly what we're doing right now. Oh, I know. You
yeah.
done got
So,
me. I know. I got you.
so welcome everyone to the podcast. We
Hello.
brought Tibor Gaming on. Tibor is a Twitch streamer. Tibor, do you make YouTube content as well, or just Twitch right now?
Hey, you'd think if I was smart, I'd be doing that, but not yet. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Okay.
Nah,
I got a
bro, it's
TikTok
so much
video.
work.
It's
Tibor,
it's so much.
it's so
It's
much
so
work.
much.
I'm doing daily
It is.
uploads on my channel right now, in addition
Good
to
for
like the
you.
weekly uploads and then some interspersed daily uploads for the podcast.
And as you should be, and you're doing it right. Because I wish I was doing it, but
No,
and I'm
it is
going to.
draining. Editing video
I
is the worst.
Oh, 100%. That's what I love people that like always like get into this and say, "Oh man, content creation's easy." It's like you're wrong. You
Like,
could not be more wrong than anything because it's not even just the editing. Like, if you also want to make it look great, you also have to get all the graphic work done, all the overlay work done, every little thing, to make it like to me, anyways. Like, I want to make sure if I'm gonna put content out, I want it to look good,
when you have to
and like that's
refresh it often too. So like even because
oh yeah,
even if you have something that looks good, you
yeah,
every now and again you have to do a refresh just to keep things fresh. Like maybe you need to change out your
oh
remotes, or you need to look at,
yep,
what sound alerts do you have that play. Like I've got like an anime theme right now. Like I did a lot of like I've also got a
yeah,
yelling one. Chat likes that, scaring the crap out of me while I'm playing games.
yeah. Oh, I get it. I just redid some emotes a couple weeks ago. My overlays have changed a lot, like a
That
lot,
that's
a
fair.
lot. Like and it's just funny because it feels like it's so funny when you start streaming. You feel like it's been a long time, but it really hasn't. But it's felt like an eternity. Like honestly, I've only started. I haven't even been doing this for a year. I started in November of 2020, but it feels like it feels like it's been like 2 years, 3 years. I don't know, maybe 3 years is a stretch, but it feels longer than less than a year right now. Like
It's
that's what's
it's so
wild to
hard to
me.
gauge the time though. Like
Yeah.
cuz in some ways, yeah, it feels like you just started. Like sometimes it'll feel like you just started like a few months ago,
Yeah.
right? And
Oh
then
yeah.
you also like it's hard not to get in your head looking at your own metrics and like to put
Oh.
those out of the
Oh.
way. Like you'll be playing something that you want to be playing, but like maybe chat isn't vibing with it, and you
Yep.
have to like you have to make the decision of like, do I just completely like, I have tanked my viewership numbers over the last 2 months because I've been playing Final Fantasy Online. I'm a Destiny 2 streamer,
Right,
and
right,
so some
right.
folks have been sticking around, and I appreciate everyone regardless, right? Um,
Hmm.
but literally went back to like, I streamed Destiny 2 uh, basically every day since the new season came out, and I've been
Yeah,
streaming to like 13 plus people every
right,
time I
right,
go
right.
live for Destiny 2, as opposed to like 4.
And I can relate to that. I could definitely relate to that. I had so in February, end of February, March, I started playing the Souls games. So
Nice.
I never touched a Dark Souls game until then. Okay.
Are you a
So
rage heavy person with games like that, or usually pretty chillax? How many controllers you gone through?
oh, you know what? This is I mean, I haven't. uh, they all work.
When you say
So
they all work, do they all work like if you put all the pieces together into one
no, 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 no,
controller,
no, 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 no,
He
or
no, no.
actually
There's still
has
one piece.
4
No, no, no.
USB ports
There's
taken up
still,
by
it's
4
still one piece.
controllers.
There's still one piece. It's still. There's only been one technical victim, and it was my PlayStation 4 controller, Dark Souls 2. And that's mainly because I just hated the game. It wasn't had nothing to do with how
With
difficult it was.
with
I was
Dark
getting
Souls
so
2, did you play classic Dark Souls 2 or the Scholar of the First Sin edition?
Skull
So
of
that
the
one's
first
hard.
sin.
That's hard. So did you play them linearly? Like 1, 2, and then 3?
Kinda. No,
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 not at
no,
all.
no,
No,
no.
you started with
That's a
three,
whole.
didn't you?
That's a whole. No, no, no. That's a whole different story too. So I started with one. 'Cause one got me hooked. Loved one. Did everything in one
It's
except for
so
the
good.
DLC, and I got to go back, and everybody hates me for it.
Wait,
But anyways,
did you play classic one or the remastered?
remaster.
See, you didn't struggle at 15 FPS through Blighttown. So,
My God, that would be
no,
rough. I
that's
can't
not a
even
meme.
imagine.
That's not a meme. Like so on the I
Yeah,
played Dark Souls on the PS3 and
yeah,
going through Blighttown, and I'm talking not streaming, just not playing in a group, just playing by
yeah.
yourself. Single digit frames going through Blighttown
Oh, I can imagine.
on
Oh,
the
that'd be the
original
worst.
consoles.
Oh,
It's
that'd be the worst.
yeah, you're trying to walk over a rickety bridge and you're only seeing like every fourth frame of like what's happening. So you have to move a little bit and then stop and let the game
Yeah,
like catch up with where you're at and be like, okay, it's safe.
yeah.
Let me take another
Was it
step
just not
forward.
optimized?
Like, like that
I never
place
played Dark
sucks.
Souls one.
That place sucks in 60 frames per second. So I couldn't even imagine actually not like. Oh my God, I think I'd be
Yeah,
raging.
so it was really poorly optimized, Wrath, and
Yeah.
so with
Mm.
the remaster plays a buttery smooth 60 frames a second
Yep.
throughout the entire thing. So you're
That's
going
fantastic.
through and you're vibing at 60 frames.
Yeah.
At like 9 frames,
You wouldn't be vibing. I can tell you right now. I can already feel that one. I'm like, oh
so
God.
it took me a long time to get into Dark Souls. I quit
Yeah.
it twice before I played it, like for realsies. And it
Right.
like I didn't even make it far. I like the like first boss in the like tutorial area made me quit the game for
Okay.
3 months. And then I came back and I
Oh
was like, I
shit.
can do this. I quit the game for
Yeah.
6 months. So it's like there's no reason to be this angry at a game. And everyone at work
Mm-mm.
was playing it. So then after I'd owned the game for 9 months, I came back to it a second time, or I guess that was the third time, and then I don't know, like something clicked for me, and I've played through all of them at this point, with the
They
exception of
get
Demon Souls.
they get you, man. They get you. And like it was and kind of going back to what I was originally going to talk about is that when I started playing it, I started to build a little bit of a following with that. Like there's something about Dark Souls for streaming where people love to watch you fail. They love to see you fail, but they also love to see you win.
It's a
Like there's
wholesome
it's
roasting
a
community.
yeah, yeah. It's like,
They
oh
love to
man, I
roast the
can't.
hell out of you.
They get the fucking fork and knife out. They're like, I'm ready for dinner. But then they want that fucking dessert at the end. They want to see you win. But man, they want that big fucking meal right before, though, and see you absolutely hate yourself.
Once you get really used to the mechanics and you can start doing like challenge runs or like runs with weapons that you're not Because like
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of build do you usually play through Dark Souls with?
I've tried to switch it up. Like when I first played, I was just doing like a one-handed sword and shield kind of thing. Like I did the very traditional, like just gonna run through and be a warrior kind of thing. When I played Dark Souls 3, I went dexterity build for that. I just love the dual swords, the wind blades. So I did that. Then I replayed 3 again with Blaze. We're not done with that, sorry, excuse me, my that playthrough, but this is the first time I played a mage, but we're doing like co-op on 3, and with it's like everything just dying so fast. Like it's not even the bosses,
Magic is
right?
hacks in Dark Souls. Yeah.
It's like we're not even it's not it has nothing to do with like the bosses. We just keep getting invaded while we're doing that run, which is really annoying. It's like, I'm just tired. There was one night I think literally it was just like we just got invaded, and I was like, it's just slowing us down because then we have to deal with the invader, and it just was like I was like, this is just not fun right now. I'm not having fun. I don't really care for this I don't care for the PvP. I don't. It's like it's the one thing I don't really give a shit for in those games. I just don't care for it. I
So
don't.
I always played the heaviest armor I can wear, Sunlight Warrior, with the biggest sword and the largest shield.
Yeah.
That's how I've typically played those games. My most recent build, specifically for Dark Souls 3, Gothard Twin Blades,
Yeah.
Pontiff's left and right eye. So what
Right.
those do is they give you health back on successive hit, and the other
Yeah.
one increases damage for each successive hit. And
Pretty
then
much what I had on my run.
on my back, I wear the Old Wolf's Greatsword, which does
Okay.
the same effect as both of the Pontiff's left and right eye together. So you get to duplicate
Oh.
and stack those buffs. And then I
Okay.
put the what's the not the it's not the Midnight Covenant, the not the Sunlight Covenant. It's the Blue Sentinels Covenant. I can't. It's like Dark Light or something. It's
Mm.
like the solar buff or like the lightning buff that you can put on your swords, but it's
Oh,
purple.
okay.
It's a purple magic-y glow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when I first met Total Subro, and you may be able to
Yeah.
gather this from this short conversation with him, we met in real life. We used to work together.
Yeah.
I could go up to him and I'd be like, "Hey man, how's work been today?" And he's like, I mean, it kind of sucks, but let me recite to you every single description of every single item in Dark Souls in chronological order and tell you the lore in its entirety in this conversation."
Bro, it's
And
got
we would
deep
go
Right.
for
lore.
like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh,
And I'm
it's
like, all right, man, I gotta
fantastic.
go. I gotta go. Sorry. But
Oh
Dark
man.
Souls has like a cult following. It really does.
Dude, I get it too. Like it's so fun because I never like I said, I never had played them until like recently this year, and mainly it was because I'm like I think it'll make pretty good content, and I mean I wasn't wrong. It did. I mean, and this kind of like to answer the original like kind of going on like what we're originally talking about is like viewership, is that uh the first game did really well for me. Like it kind of built something. 3, I just kind of became Icarus and flew really close without even like no pun intended, flew to the sun. You know, uh, like I think I had some nights where it was like 30 viewers, 35 viewers. Like it was like it was a wild month. Like that was like I want to say that was
The
like April, like
the funny
mid-April,
thing about
mid
those
March,
directories
mid-April.
is they're smaller directories when you compare them to like Call of Duty
Yeah.
or like Apex Legends. They're smaller directories, but the folks in that directory are very willing to hop around and check out
Yeah.
multiple different
100%.
streamers.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
they're
I found a lot.
that game specifically or that series of games specifically, people will hop around
Yep.
to a bunch of different folks.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, so then I had success with that, but then it was after Dark Souls 3. Okay. That's where I struggled a bit. I kind of started playing whatever I wanted, and it didn't really that following didn't like I still had some regulars, right? But it wasn't the same. I wasn't getting the same results, and that's kind of where I was going with from earlier, where we were talking when you were talking about
Yep.
changing games too. Like that's how I could definitely relate because like it definitely was it was like it was definitely like okay, I need to really work on some things here because yeah, I kind of, it's really hard. It's hard as a content creator, especially when you're just doing Twitch stuff right now, to not look at the numbers. It's like the hardest
Well,
thing
you're
to not
constantly
really pay
checking it.
attention.
You've got the
You're
little
always
like ticker on OBS. Like you have to
I
either
turn that
force
off. I
yourself
turn that
to.
off. I never have that on.
I
I
keep
have it
mine
off.
on. I
I
keep
keep it
mine
off.
on.
I keep it off.
I
But
also have a note stuck to my monitor that just says
mhm.
talk.
Yep.
I had no, that's not a joke. Like
No, I know.
I
I
saw a
I
tweet.
like it.
I saw a tweet like but it was shortly after I'd started streaming, from
Yeah.
Professor Broman, and people were like, "Well, what did you do when you started streaming?" And he was like, "I had a sticky note at the top of my monitor, and it just said talk." To like as a constant reminder, because it's really easy when you're gaming or you're focusing to just like stare at the computer and game, and even if the gameplay is good, that might not necessarily be capturing enough of an audience. You know what I mean? You have to be engaging with folks, and I can be really really bad about that sometimes, depending on what I'm focusing on.
Oh, I get it. Like for me, like I feel like I'm pretty good for talking nowadays. Like before, like I remember watching my original footage of me. Whew,
It's a skill.
rough.
It's a hundred
It's
percent a
rough.
skill.
But now I just I don't shut up. I just don't shut up now. Like literally, no one could be talking, and I'll just, for the most part, I have a pretty good, a good, a good idea, a good.
Do
I
you
don't know.
do you talk to yourself offline when you're gaming at this point, like out of habit,
Oh,
like you
oh,
just like self
absolutely.
narration?
But I'll be honest, I think I did that to begin with. Like probably not as much, but I think I used to be like, oh, you son of like, shit like that. Now it's like I definitely say a lot more, and like it kind of gets me in the mood, like kind of gets me thinking of what I want to do when I do go live and say no one is talking, because like you can't always rely on someone to start a conversation for you in your stream, and like that's one thing I had to learn too. Because like I said, I looked at my older stuff. Like I remember when I first went live actually on Facebook. I was gonna try Facebook gaming originally when I was gonna start, and that was, I think it took me a week, and I was like, nah, this is not me. Like this is not for me. This platform's not for me at all. So
People
that's
on
when
Facebook are not as like memey as on Twitch, because Twitch gives
yeah,
you the anonymity of the internet.
yep,
I think people
yep,
are typically more willing to be a little more open and chatty. On
yep.
Facebook, that's your profile.
It's your profile. Your name is out there. It's different. It's a different experience. It's a different experience. So I was like,
Twitch culture is just really unique too. Like it really has its own
yeah,
culture.
yeah. Oh, 100%, 100%. So yeah, that's why I was like, I'm gonna give the old Twitch thing a go. So yeah, but like watching that old content though, like because it still has it up there on Facebook. Like it's oh man, it's pretty cringe. It's like, man, I don't talk at all. My camera's this tiny little thing in the corner, looks like garbage. I was just like, oh my god, where did I come from? Like this is where I came from. And it's funny because I'm like, it feels so long ago. It's like, dude, it was like 7 or 8 months ago, and where I started,
Bro,
where
I
I've
feel
gone in
that.
like little time feels good. Honestly, to me, it feels good. Um, but it's still funny because I remember watching it. It was like I think it was like I was playing like Ori in the Blind Forest. No, I was playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps. That was like I think it was
That's
the
the second
first game
one,
I ever
right?
streamed. The second one. It's the first game I ever streamed on Facebook, and it's just like literally me here with a controller. Like,
Trying to focus on what. To be fair, that game does not
I was
look like it
I was
would
like
be hard. That game's hard as that game's hard, like hard.
it's not bad, but it's like, dude, talk just for the love of. I'm like talking to myself. I'm like, dude, please talk. Just say something.
So
Like,
I
who would
got
want to watch that?
yeah. So when I started streaming, um, obviously Total Sunbro and I, we've known each other for how long now? It's
Mhm.
been what, like
Since
6 years,
20
7 years, 5, 6, 7 years,
since
something in there.
2013,
Yeah.
2014, somewhere around there.
So yeah, I guess it's been like 7 years.
Okay.
But Anyway, so I literally never watched a Twitch stream in my life before I started streaming. I just decided I was gonna start doing it, and it was right before it was like when the COVID stuff was like a whisper in the news, but it wasn't like out there yet. So I
Yeah.
think I started like right before that wave of people showed up on Twitch. But
Mm-hmm.
I remember that I was sitting there playing Warzone and I had my scene with like my big head in the middle of the screen, like my chatting screen. And Sumber rated me, and he's just like, "Wow, this is a really good gameplay stream." And literally, all you could see is my head and no gameplay. And I'm like,
It
and
was
I,
literally
yeah,
his forehead
yeah,
was like
yeah,
2/3 of
yeah,
the screen.
yeah. And the very first time that he came in and chatted in my stream, I started like typing back to him, and he's like, "No, no, 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 you're supposed to talk." And I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, I was talking to him in chat, like texting in his chat, and he was just texting back in his chat. And I was like, no, just talk, just talk to me. You have a fucking camera and a mic.
It's so funny.
I oh my goodness, what was I?
Well,
That was
I was gonna bring up Hunt Showdown because I've been burning that game up. I mean,
I
like
know
every
you've been grinding it.
woo,
I mean,
and
I'll be honest, I'm a little interested in it, and I've done my homework on it, and it looks like fun.
it's
I
on
might
sale.
I might eventually is it on sale right now.
Yeah, 19.99.
Uh,
Megalox just got it.
don't tell me.
Megalox
Oh,
just
then
got it.
I'm definitely not playing. Have you seen him and I play games together? It's a
So yeah, we've talked about it on the podcast I think a couple times now, so I won't spend too
yeah.
much time on it. But I all I'm gonna say is that game seems so different depending on the time of day that you play it.
Oh yeah.
I've been playing during the day lately, and it is so much harder during
Yeah,
the
the
day
sweats are
than it is
probably
at night.
the sweats are probably out during the day.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing like the casuals are on a night because they got 9 to 5s, whatever. During the
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
you're getting all the people that
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
anything better to do than to play Hunt for 16 hours a day. And
Yeah.
I about put my fist through my desk.
Oh
I
no.
about broke my mouse. I was so mad at this game. I picked the mouse up and slammed it on the desk. Yeah, and then
You-
I was playing with other guys, and literally one of them there's an item in that game, a throwable item that is basically a jar of bees. Okay, for lack of a better word, it's called a
Yeah.
hive bomb. Okay, so you
Yeah.
throw this thing, it explodes. You have like poison wasps that come out of nowhere. And it's basically you're meant to throw it near an enemy and then it will go to that enemy and get them if
Okay.
they're within range. Okay. So this dude throws it right next to me and I'm on his team. Okay. So it's 3v1 and we lost to the one because this dude basically got us all killed. So
Wow.
I yeah,
That's the
anyway.
equivalent of saying like, "Hey guys, where are you at? We're in this shed." Throws grenade into shed.
We're over here.
Yeah, but they just released new content. So they've got they introduced like Native American characters and
Okay.
skins and equipment into the game. So there's like something of like a free battle pass where you can unlock all that stuff right now. It's going on for the next
Okay.
30 days. So it's a good time to start playing.
I might. I don't know.
I'm
We'll see.
downloading it.
The problem right now is I
Yeah.
got so many games to play right now that I want that I'm kind of enjoying. So it's like I think just another game in the next. We'll see. I'll
Yeah.
probably still buy it because it's on sale. I'll probably buy it and then we'll see whenever I want to get around to it. But
So, what kind of games would you say you typically like? Like, are you straight variety? Do you have a type of game that you lean
yeah,
to?
I mean, right now, I would say stream wise, I lean more heavy on the action RPG stuff right now, but that's mainly because I've been playing every Souls game I can play right now. Then, like when I just want to screw around, like I've been playing Knockout City, been playing Rocket League, play Heroes of the Storm. Like I play everything. Yeah, I guess you could really say play a little bit of everything. I was playing Call of Duty for the longest time, not on stream but off stream. But I uninstalled it. Thank God, it's gone. It's gone.
That game
200
is
gigs
cancerous.
back, baby. We're back. Like,
So if you like action RPG games, there's a game. It's free to play. It's called Destiny 2. That I can't recommend enough. As well as, have you tried the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14 Online?
I was gonna start playing the demo, but I haven't actually finished downloading
Okay,
the demo, and then
for
I
the
stopped.
record, the demo is like easily over 200 to 300 hours of content.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So I'll say this:
Actually, you can also just play that game free to play indefinitely.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
when
Really?
when when
Yeah.
yeah when and if Total Sunbro gets enough of a following to generate like some sort of sponsorships, I can tell you he's not getting a sponsorship from Final Fantasy 14 or Destiny 2 because he's already a shill for those companies anyway. They don't even need to pay him. He'll just do it for free.
Both
He's
of
And Game
probably
those.
alright
Pass.
on
And Game
Well,
Pass.
He's probably alright.
name a better value. Name a better value in gaming than Game Pass. I'll wait.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, like anything that I buy on Steam is a better value because I
You're buying
signed up
stuff on.
for the trial. I signed up for the trial. Okay, actually, to play a game with Tibor and another streamer we know, Megalox, and we literally could not even get in the same lobby together. It wouldn't let us in the same lobby.
Oh yeah,
So
we're
then we
talking we're talking
downloaded
about
another game, and it
oh
was the
yeah, we're talking
same
about Game
issue, and
Pass.
then we uninstalled it, and then I ended my trial right then.
I'll be honest, I've never had a bad go at Game Pass. That day was something,
I
but
think you just are
I'm gonna
a
be honest.
boomer
So
and can't
you and
figure out
I got
computers.
I was gonna say you and I got in the same lobby, and I'm just saying, I've played golf with friends before on Game Pass. I've never had an issue. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Well,
I don't want to point fingers here, but
Bill Gates, fix your shit.
it
I
works
don't
for me.
think he.
And I've gotten so much value.
I don't care that he's not in that role anymore. It's his problem. He needs to fix it personally. I want to see his name on the patch notes.
Right? Um, but anyways, Game Pass, like I feel like I at one point I was like, man, they should be paying my ass because I feel like I've gotten a lot of people to get the goddamn thing. Because holy shit, I've played so much shit on Game Pass. It's not even there's a lot of stuff I probably wouldn't even played, but I'm like, well, I've got it, so I'm gonna go play it. And then I liked it. I was like, well, you
I
win
mean,
today, Game Pass. You win
just
today. You know?
just for the fact that new games come out, like
Yeah.
new
Oh,
Halo Infinite,
100%.
it comes out and it's
Yep.
available day one. Like
Yep.
no
Yep.
no strings attached. All you have to do is
Medium.
download it, right?
I played the medium when it came out. I'm like, I probably never would have gotten that game. Played it on stream, had it for like got for free. Awesome game. It was awesome, awesome game. Never would have probably gotten it if it wasn't on Game Pass.
That's
I
fair.
could I could straight up tell you I probably never would have gotten it. Like horror game, probably not my thing. But I'm a sucker for content, and this is before because I remember playing the medium right before I even started do Dark Souls, so I was still kind of in that. Let's try and do things that might be able to gain some traction here. I think it'd be really fun to play a horror game on my stream because for the lulls. And I mean, it did pretty okay. It didn't do amazing, but it did okay. But that was also like at the time where I'm like, I think I was still averaging like 5 to 6 people. Like it was like I was still in. It was still in its infancy. Like I still was like, I'd boot up and maybe someone would pop up. Now it's like, now it's awesome. Like I think that's the one thing I've been loving about streaming is like, I'm a social guy. I I need to be social. Like I need to be talking. If I'm not, I'm having a bad go. I really couldn't give a crap about a lot of the other things involving streaming, but I just love chit chat and talking and being an idiot. Like honestly, it's like the three things I love doing. And and now I get to kind of do that on a regular basis. Like anytime I go live, I'll at least have like one person there. As long as there's like if there's one person, I'm already happy. Like that's a good go for me, right? So um
What's your typical week for streaming look like? Like how often do you stream?
all over the place right now. Like before, like whenever I like, because I kind of got into this with the pandemic, and we had like two shutdowns here, and probably actually sorry, three shutdowns, and now probably a fourth looming overhead again. Thank yay. Anyway, but so I had a lot of time then, my schedule still even then was kind of like whenever I felt like, but I was consistently going live at 8, and I was doing like whenever we were shut down 4 to 5 shifts a week or 4 shifts. Fuck, even make it sound like a job. Like 4 to 5 streams a week. And it usually would be around 8 o'clock till midnight, 1-ish, depending. I like to go for 4 hours. Like I don't like to do the long ones, man. I don't do the long like. I see some streamers like live every day, 8, 9 hours a day. I'm just like, I couldn't do that, man. How like
Well,
I
firstly,
would
how do
rather.
you sustain? You don't. If you're a growing streamer, that's not
Mhm.
sustainable because
Nope.
you have to pay your bills. And
Yep.
I don't know about you, but like I would say I've had a modicum of success as a small streamer, and I 100% could not pay my bills on like what I make from content creation right now.
I absolutely same. I
Um,
mean, I've been
like it's
very
not even close.
lucky. I've been very lucky. I've been very, 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 very lucky. Um, at the very beginning. I mean, that's how much I lucky enough to be able to put it all back into the stream. Like before like months ago, I was using my old Pixel 2 as my webcam. Uh, but I was fortunate enough that I had enough revenue from the stream to put it back into a new camera.
Hmm.
And all so but I wouldn't be able to live off this. Like this would not be like this would not be anywhere close to something to live off of. But it's been cool enough that it's able to, help run the channel no problem. Like if I need a game to buy, I have enough right now that I could just use my PayPal account and get a game. So I mean that which is great
Hmm.
because like if I want to generate some new content, I've at least got some means of not having it come out of, my work funds. Even
Yeah.
though I mean technically I guess it really is when I think about work funds. It's so weird. It's such a like it's crazy to like think of like this shit like still becoming an income, like it's wild to me. Like it's still wild to me. And I every time I go live and when I finish going live, I sit there as like this is wild. Like this is crazy. Like I know everybody probably has that moment too where they're like, this is crazy. Like, how is this happening? But
Having to report it
it's
on your taxes is like really
yeah, it
like
can really
really
that's what it's gonna
sobering.
right? Because I only started really making income late December, early January. So I'm like, this is gonna be interesting next year when I'm like
Well,
when I'm doing all that work. So
not a tax consultant, but save your receipts because
yeah,
you can list the things that you've bought for stream and actually get
yeah,
more money back on your taxes, even based on your normal W-2 because it's all like lumped together. Like I did through TurboTax, and like I ended up
yeah.
getting more back than I otherwise would have from investing in stream.
That's amazing. Because like
And
I
I
could probably
know
even
I'm
use my
familiar with the scuff stream. I used to have two monitors, and one of them was an all-in-one PC that ran stream, but I would change the input source to play on my Xbox, and then I would stream with the Xbox app through Wi-Fi to my other monitor to capture that for stream.
oh.
And my backlight was a book light with a folded up receipt over it to diffuse the light. I
I
had
like that.
I had the most scuffed. You can't imagine how
Humble
scuffed my
beginnings.
Man, that's
Humble
scuffed
beginnings.
how it works,
scuffed.
man. That's how it works, man. My first like light, I think it was a lamp I had, and I like had the lamp like up on this like shelf, and like I'm like, it's a little bit of light, and I had like this shitty Pixel 2 camera. I only had one monitor. Like it was I had like my MacBook on the side with chat. Like it's
I
like
used an
now I've
iPad for
actually got like
chat.
a
Yeah.
my I still only have to. I'm still working on getting. I think the new monitors like in the cards for me because my one monitor for some reason it burned in the start screen. I don't know how,
Oh,
but it
that's
did.
weird.
I don't know what. Yeah, anyway. So
Could have been
I'm
a
gonna
lot
get a
worse
new.
things burned in. So I
Yeah,
just leave
man.
it at that.
Oh man, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So I got I'm probably gonna get a third monitor finally, and then I think my setup will be finally where I kind of want it at. Like right
It's
now,
hard
I'm
to
pretty
go
happy.
back after you have three monitors. I won't be able to
Yeah,
go back to
yeah,
having like I actually get annoyed. I have two at work, and I get annoyed that I'll go to like move
yeah.
something over. I'll be like, well, I don't have any more real estate. Time to start
Yeah.
putting things on top of other things.
Yeah. Well, it's just space right now because everything on my right monitor. Like I have a vertical monitor for my right monitor, and it's got everything on right now. So I got like OBS, I got OBS, plus I got chat, plus I got like my alerts on there too. So it's like
Do your monitors
it's
sit on your
it's
desk, or
nice
do you have them on desk mounts?
desk mounts. I got them on
Yeah.
desk mounts. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that
So
was like that was like I went on I went on a huge Amazon spree like in like April I want to say, whereas like I was just buying I bought like because like around that time I think I was also shopping around for the camera, but like I literally had like desk mounts come in, I bought some new lights, I bought this that like literally every 2 days I had something coming in from Amazon, something was coming in.
been there,
Sorry.
done that, and got the
Yeah.
T-shirt. No, I was just gonna ask, because this was on my mind and I didn't want to lose it.
Yeah.
Have you guys followed the OnlyFans news that was out there?
Where
Oh,
they were
like
like, "Hey, we're
where they're
not going
not
to
where they're
do
not
corn on our website anymore," and then everyone was like, "Well, I guess I'm going to another website," and they were like, "No, no, 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 come back. You can still do your corn."
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
how they're
yeah.
like, we're not gonna do what we are known for anymore. It's like, oh, that's an interesting business model. Okay, continue.
What's
I
so
like sitting there, I was like, is that what it's for? Like,
so originally it was meant to be something like Patreon, but
oh,
the reason they wanted people to stop hosting explicit content is because banks and payment processors were putting
right.
pressure on them to not allow that as a payment system. I don't
Yeah, so
understand for sites like that. Just go to just a stable cryptocurrency. Whatever
well,
that is.
crypto is not really widespread yet, and I mean, you're talking like 0.001 of a Bitcoin would be
Yeah.
the price for a subscription. So I don't think that's
Well,
I
you
don't
do
think
it through
that's
like Ethereum
feasible
or
yet.
something.
I don't think that's feasible yet, but really the issue comes down to the chargebacks for payment processors in the adult entertainment industry is double any other industry
Really?
because yeah,
Like someone
yeah.
will pay
So
like the subscription and be like,
yep,
I
yep.
actually changed
Not
my mind on this.
well. So no, no, no. That's not what it is. It's so like Tibor subs to someone on OnlyFans. This is hypothetical, not true. I
Oh,
mean,
I was like, sorry,
maybe he does. Maybe he
I was
does.
like,
I don't know. But
I
we're
was
just
like,
Get
gonna
the
who am I,
say
seats
that he
on his
does for this
table.
story.
who am I
We're gonna say he
subscribed
does for
to?
this story. Okay.
Okay,
So
hypothetically, okay,
all of a
good, great.
sudden, Tibor's partner opens the bank statement and says, "Oh, Tibor, you subscribe to an OnlyFans. You want to tell me who that is so I could go check him out?" And he's like, "No, no, 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 fraud, fraud."
Right. So
It's a
then,
woodworking channel.
oh,
It's just
there's
carpet.
some wood.
It's I'm
There's
just a
definitely
big
some
fan of
wood being work.
carpentry.
There's definitely some wood being worked, but anyways,
So
sorry.
then they go to the they go to whoever, they file for a chargeback, then that becomes an issue and it's a bunch of lost money. So that's why the payment processors don't like it. Also, if they have larger clients, say they have Amazon for a client and Amazon says, I don't want to do business with a payment processor that entertains adult entertainment as one of their clients. Well, who's going to win, Amazon or OnlyFans?
Yeah.
So that's just how it comes down to it. But I thought it was interesting how fast they reneged on that. It was like that. This
So
day, like 2
some
days.
some people, because I've seen some posts on like scrolling through like TikTok and it's like shit like that.
Yeah.
I've seen some people are like, well, you scared us and burned us once. We've already like I think there's some other platform that's cropping up in like the wake of this, so
Yeah.
it might be the true death knell of that site. Um, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. I thought it was interesting though.
that's super interesting. I remember I remember seeing the article. I was like,
Just the about face,
okay.
the immediate. You think the person who made that call, like the CEO, you think even like his secretary, like someone not at all involved in the decision making, like sees that memo like come across their desk and they like go to him and they're like, "Hey, you sure about this? Like, have you read this?" It's
Yeah,
like, "Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's It's the direction that we need to go.
They're
Like
done. They're like
like
if they're not doing
23 hours later. Okay, we're gonna go this other direction, which is just the same way we were going yesterday.
Breaking news: Coca-Cola comes out, says, "Hey guys, we're no longer making Coca-Cola. Instead, we're just going to make Dasani."
Damn, you beat me to it. Really, before when you said it, I was like, I was like, McDonald's has announced they're no longer doing hamburgers. It's like, okay, well, what are you doing now? We're doing some wraps. That's it. We're gonna be about wraps. Like,
I mean, to be
I'm
fair
out.
though, that would be
I
a
mean,
good decision because McDonald's hamburgers suck, dude. They're
Hey
not
okay,
now,
good.
let's.
if you
I
They're
get
mean,
not.
if you
No, no,
get
no, no, no,
if
no,
you
no, no,
get
no, no,
get a
no,
McDouble,
no.
get a McDouble, and you put a McChicken in that McDouble, and you
Oh,
put the
Can
other
I?
half of the McDouble on top. It's
I mean, I
delicious.
don't know if I can say this here, but we call that the. No, I can't. I can't call. I can't call what we call it
We
here. Anyways,
all know what it's called.
I can't say that. All right, right there. I'm like, oh man,
We
that's a
all
good
know what
sandwich.
it's
That's a
called.
good. That's a good
It's so
sandwich, though.
good.
It's so good. It's the hidden man. You want to talk about hidden items at McDonald's? Get the apple pie McFlurry. It'll change your goddamn life. You get an apple pie.
Really?
You buy an apple pie. You get a McFlurry. I work for McDonald's, man, and that was like the one thing that I like. I get that not every shift, but every once in a while. Yeah, you get an apple pie. You get them to put in the goddamn McFlurry. You get them to blend that shit in. And I'm gonna tell you right now. Look at me. Look at me.
I'm
It's gonna
look.
change your. It's gonna
You're over here
change.
for me. I'm looking at you.
Yo, hey. It's gonna change your life. Okay. It's gonna change your. It's gonna change your life. Okay. It's gonna change your life. So let's not. Oh, and you know what? I just realized that
You
I
got a
lost
little
voice
bit
chat
of it.
there. I lost voice chat. So when I do that transition, it mutes my. When I come to my main screen, it mutes my voice chat. I really
You're
should
good. We
change it.
heard you. We heard you.
No, I just couldn't hear you. So if you said anything, I'm sorry if I talked over you.
No, no, no,
But
no.
yeah,
You're fine.
it's a life changing like secret hack item on that menu. It is fantastic. It's so goddamn good. It's so good. Anyways, get the McDouble Judy chicken though thing. It's
It's a
Well,
very simple recipe.
can
Just
I
a
very
order
simple
that?
simple.
sandwich. Put a
Can I
sandwich
order
in.
that without the pink slime? Is that possible?
No, you
Look,
got to enjoy that.
you put your blinders
Listen.
on and eat that garbage like a man.
Yeah, exactly. You eat eat that garbage, okay? Eat the garbage, all right? But it's fun
You
garbage,
don't
okay?
pull
It's
through
As
the
fun
long as y'all
garbage.
admit
drive-through
it's
at
funny.
McDonald's expecting to leave with your dignity, okay? You
Listen.
know what
It's
you're getting
3 a.m.
into.
It's 3. Okay, it's 3 a.m. All right, it's 3 a.m. You've been out with all your friends. Okay, you've had a good time.
I'm 30. That has not happened in a very long time. You're losing me here. You're losing
okay.
me.
Okay, I work
It's like
restaurant.
9 p.m. It's like 9 p.m.
I work restaurant industry, so I'm still there right now. Anyway, so okay. It's the one time in the year where you finally get to go with your friends, okay? Because it happens at least maybe once a year, all right? So you're out and about, okay? You've had a good time, you've had a drink or 20, whatever. It's fine.
Okay.
And you're like, oh man, I could really go for some food right now to help alleviate my situation where I'm just a drunken mess. Man, McDonald's it is like literally the lifesaver of the drunken, especially for me, the drunken T-board. Oh my god, I walk in, I get like 3 McDoubles, probably maybe 4, because I'm anyways. It's a great time. Okay, is it a great sandwich? Not really. But man, when you are drunk, it is like literally like I can't even tell you. It's like okay. You're in Pulp Fiction, and they open up the briefcase, and there's like that golden shimmer. That is what the McDouble is when you're absolutely drunk as shit. It's my little case that I open up. There's a golden shimmer. It makes me feel good.
You don't even unwrap it. You just
Shit.
bite through the wax paper wrapper.
You don't even unwrap that shit. You know what? The wax paper's probably delicious. It's
So
probably good for you.
so
It's not good for you. It's not good. Don't eat it.
I'm a very spiritual person, okay?
No, you're not.
But many of us go through life and we go through periods of time where we feel lost. Maybe we don't quite know what sort of track we're on in life, right? But if we're talking about being a drunken mess and where you end up as a drunken mess, the best place you could possibly end up at 3 o'clock in the morning is a Waffle House because that place is the mecca for lost souls. I'm telling you.
I don't know what that is.
You
You
don't know
don't
what
know
a
what a
Waffle
Waffle
House is?
House is?
You
I'm
don't have a Waffle
Canadian.
House?
We don't have
Oh,
that here.
Okay, well, so
so
Waffle House, it's the same level of comfort that you get out of McDonald's,
Right.
but there's two people fighting in the parking lot, fist fighting
Well, you
to
know
the
what?
death.
I
Your
had someone.
waitress is very sweet, but also cussing out her regular down the way.
and smells like she's packed 4 packs of cigarettes in the
Yeah,
past 15
she
minutes.
she is actively smoking a Newport while she's pouring your coffee. Um, and there is approximately a 300-year-old man with tree roots for hands,
Shit.
double fisting flat griddle spatulas, whipping up the best hash browns you've ever had in your fucking life.
Oh yeah.
And the waitress
Okay.
comes by and they make the waffles. The cook makes everything but the waffles. So you place your order, they yell out some gibberish. The cook interprets whatever Morse code and clicks came out of the waitress's mouth, starts throwing
Yeah.
things down on the griddle, and within 5 minutes, you have a home cooked breakfast sitting down in front of you. Is it the best food? No. Is it the best service? Assuredly not. Is it the best place to be at that point in time? Of course it is.
Funny, and you know what? Now I think about it, I think I was educated once on Waffle House because
Wait,
now I
wait.
think about it, I've
Before
literally
you
had
go
the same.
on, Ref, was I wrong in anything I just said?
Uh, um, no, that's pretty accurate. It's like 100% accurate, actually.
I feel,
100%.
That's
I feel like
that's
we have a
literally.
play.
I've been to Waffle House up and down the East Coast, from Georgia all the way up to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Everyone.
So
You're
Waffle.
okay. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Waffle House is an American icon. So if you come down to the States, you have to go to one. You will
Yeah.
not be impressed.
Okay. Okay. FEMA, the U.S.'s Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Yeah.
FEMA. They base natural disasters on whether or not Waffle House is still open.
Really?
Their standing evacuation order is based on whether or not Waffle House is open.
True.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
my
not
God.
that's not cap.
Anyway. Yeah, so that it's really the mecca for lost souls. And let me tell you, if you're hammered at 3 o'clock in the morning and you walk into a Waffle House, everyone else is in there hammered too. So like you just
Oh my god.
misery loves company there. But I got a question for y'all, just because this is around the corner and I've been thinking about a lot. Do y'all have any special content planned for October?
No, I haven't even. I'd be lying. I'd be lying if I said I was. I don't. I haven't really thought. I don't even know what I'm streaming tomorrow, man.
Destiny
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Destiny content doesn't
Leave it
well,
to summer
the
to
season just
play
started.
Destiny in the 1 month of the year that's supposed to be spooky.
The season just started. Well, they do Season of the Lost, or not Season of the Lost, but they do the Haunted Forest. They have Halloween events that are usually pretty good. But anyway, so Destiny will probably be a little slower then. Mondays I record my Soul Lock that I'm doing with my buddy Lightsaber. And assume that will be I'm going to be doing that moving forward. Even after we finish the one we're working on, we're going to be doing another game. We're just going to keep that rolling moving forward. It's super easy content. It's easy and it's fun to play, and I like the challenge.
Okay.
Is it T-Bor?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm getting it right. Okay.
Yeah,
T-Bor,
yeah.
have you ever played any of the Pokemon games?
Oh god, like OG Blue and Red.
Yeah. So,
Like,
do you know what a Soul Lock is?
oh yeah. Well,
Do you know what a Nuzlocke is?
I know what Nuzlocke is.
So
Yeah.
a Soul Lock is like a Nuzlocke, but with two people, and it's basically the same rules. But when you guys catch that first Pokemon on a route, it's linked to your teammate's Pokemon. So if one of your Pokemon faints, both are out, like immediately.
Oh God.
And you can't have any more than one type of a Pokemon, primary type, on either team. So if someone gets a fire Pokemon, that's the only fire Pokemon.
Oh my God. Oh
Yeah,
my
so
God.
we're like 40 episodes deep, and we have not made it to the third gym leader yet. And we have a graveyard of dead Pokemon.
So many dead Pokemon everywhere.
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 It's bad.
Could you imagine how much different Pokemon would have turned out if instead of being like imaginary monsters, it was like puppies or something, and it was just an anime about Summer's
So
face.
basically, it's a dog fighting simulator. Like,
Rufus,
Well,
get
I
in
mean,
there.
I mean,
it's kind of like that now.
I mean, it's already like that now. No one ever questions this one. Like, man, when's Pokemon gonna get like the whole like this is morally wrong? You're literally catching monsters and making them fight against each other against their will.
I
Like,
mean, in the new Pokemon Arceus trailer, there's there's part of the trailer where it's a Furiosa is chasing down a trainer. A Furiosa is a grizzly bear walking on 2 feet. Okay, for the record, for those of you that don't know Pokemon, a Furiosa is a goddamn grizzly bear on 2 feet. And in the trailer, there's one literally charging someone down, and they duck roll out of the way of it. Like, that's in the
Good.
game.
The Pokemon need to defend themselves, okay? Because I just feel like they're just letting this shit happen. You know, it's like, but man, it's just like it's so like you like when you think about the concepts of Pokemon, you're just like this is some screwed up shit. I mean, I'm like it is what it is. I'm just like, man, this is someone's
Well,
gonna try and cancel this shit in the next 5 years. I can feel
yeah.
that one coming. I can feel
When
that one coming.
when
I'm
the Twitter
also
moral compass catches on to this, just I just want y'all to know we were questioning the morality of Pokemon here first.
I still have to stay heavy grinding Final Fantasy because the new expansion comes out in December, and I just got my first character to max level, but I just started working on my crafting, and I still need to get I made a tank, and I still need to get one DPS and one healer to max level before that expansion comes out too. What were you planning on playing in October?
Well, I'm really interested in checking out the Phasmophobia updates because I'm sure they'll probably have their Horror 2.0 update out by then. They just released that exposition update, which I'm
It's
interested
update
in.
V0.3.0 is what they're at right now.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about is that's what they're listing it in their Trello as they're listing it as Horror 2.0. No one really knows what that means. But this new update added a couple new ghosts, a couple new pieces of equipment, but mostly I think it was an asset overhaul because they were using
Do you want
assets bought out
me?
of the Unity store.
I have it pulled up? Do you want me to do a quick read of the changes?
Yeah, go for it.
So, uh, Tibor, have you? Oh goodness! Oh
Sorry,
goodness!
sorry. My bad. Oh God,
It's
did I
okay.
break?
Yeah, well, it's very broken
You
right
broke
now. But as soon as
you
you turn
broke
on your
everything.
camera, we should be less broken.
Oh, right. There we go. Okay.
And
Oh,
we're
whew.
fixed. Okay.
Okay.
Look
Sorry,
at that.
So
Sorry,
Tibor,
fellas.
have you? I've done worse. Have you ever played Phasmophobia, Tibor?
Oh yeah. I've dabbled. I've dabbled.
Okay. So, starting out, first thing they say in here is sprint rework. You can now sprint for 3 seconds at an increased speed with a 5-second recharge. Player walking speed has been increased to the old sprint speed. That alone is probably about 1,000 times improvement on the original game.
Yeah. God.
If you play in VR, you now teleport to simulate your running. Increased acceleration of ghosts during a hunt. It lowered the ghost hunt delay before it moves from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. The two new ghost types are the Goryo and the Myling. They added new equipment to find an evidence type, the Dots projector. Electronic equipment will now alert the ghost of your position during a hunt, similar to voice. Turn them off before hiding. Hunts now affect all electronic equipment with new sounds and visuals. The parabolic microphone now allows you to hear paranormal sounds, in quotations, when aimed towards the ghost. You can now enable head bob in the settings. I don't know what that is. All equipment minus sound sensor has new visuals and effects. New post-processing effects for the players and closed caption television. Changes. All ghost types had their evidence changes, or all ghosts had their evidence changed to make room for the two new ghosts and dots projector. So what you knew previous, that's out. Everything's new. During a hunt, equipment and lights will only be affected when in range of the ghost. Random footsteps can now only be heard with a parabolic microphone. Glow sticks glow for 30 seconds, then fade over the next 30 seconds. Spirit box text has been replaced with icons to show if the ghost is responding. Several sounds have been replaced. The infrared sensor functionality has been merged into the motion sensor. Light has been improved in most maps. The placement helper object has new visuals. Volumetric lighting has been improved in all maps. When playing solo, you no longer have to use the push to talk for Spirit Box if turned on in settings. The ghost will no longer be visible at the start of the hunt until it starts moving. Player hand skin color will now change based on the character you're playing as. The tutorial has been updated with the new evidence types. Parabolic microphone can now only be used when inside. UI and visual adjustments, and then a slew of bug fixes.
Yeah,
So I mean that's a lot.
I'm interested in what they got going on. I just, to me, like that's a lot of like must needed changes, but I don't know that I'm ready to go back and play that game yet because it just got burned out on it, you know.
I
But
mean you're
I'm
like over
hoping,
level 200.
yeah. I don't even know what level I am in
I think
there,
you're
but
like
it's pretty high.
250. You're like
Yeah.
over 100 levels past me, and I'm like 160.
I don't know how people play that game and they're like level 5,000. Yeah. I don't know.
There's no
I mean,
way.
it's a
I'm
good
like
game, but you
I'm
gotta
like
have like
level
no life.
I'm like level 15, so
Yeah,
I
no,
think.
that's fair. I've played like
Like,
60 hours of the game,
You'll yeah,
and
you'll
I
actually the fastest way to level up in that game, Tibor, is to come out of the van.
oh
I'm just
what?
kidding, man. I'm just kidding. I don't know if you
Ow.
actually got out of the van or
Ow.
not. It just
Ow.
felt like it was a
I've
good
come out
thing
of the
to say.
van. I've chilled with the ghost and like started yelling at it before, okay? Me and the ghost, we go back. We go way back.
the first time that Wrath and I ever played that game,
Oh my god, that was horrifying.
we were playing in one of the farmhouses, and the hunt starts. Neither of us know. It's like literally the first map we've ever loaded into. Neither of us know what's going on. Our flashlights are flashing. We turn. There's this creepy little girl that's like spawned in at the end of the room, and she shrieks and charges us. And I lost about 20 years off of my life, so I've got like another 5 years in me, and then I'm probably done. Um, I
Yeah,
can't speak for
I
Wrath, but I
I
screamed.
yeah, I promptly walked away. So I don't usually yell a whole lot or scream or anything like that, but I mean, I tell you, I'm like, you know what I
Hmm,
mean?
hmm.
Like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
like
yeah.
it gets me. I don't emote it a lot, but it does get me, and that scared the hell out of me to see that little girl walking towards us because I know you and I just like we looked over there, and the first time it happened, she wasn't even hunting; she was just doing like a haunt situation, and she just started like coming at us and then disappeared. And when that happened, man, I remember I like walked away and just left you there. I'm like, nope,
Hmm,
I'm out.
hmm.
I went
I'm
and I
out.
hid somewhere, and I turned around. I was like, Wrath, where are you? I'm in the van. Oh my
That's amazing.
goodness.
Yeah. So,
Well,
but yeah, I mean, I think I'll revisit it when it comes to that point, but I don't know yet. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, like for me, I don't really have any plans right now for like anything. I don't really I just like right now I'm just trying to even figure out like when I can stream. So like I'm working at like a restaurant and they're kind of like working around my schedule now because I'm like I need to work more days than nights. And they're like and they're giving me they're being pretty good with me. So now I can find because like there's a couple weeks where I'm just like working only nights. I was like I can't even stream. Like there's like a 2 week period where I think I streamed like once or twice and like which was for me like not
Nothing.
the norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
not the norm. Like, because I was even looking at my like I was on this website with all my analytics and like hours streamed per month, and like last month was like I think I streamed less than 20. Like it was like 20, 30 hours, where I'm like it's nothing. So I was like, I need to get back in the groove. So like even last week, I think I streamed like 4 times, which is nice. It's good.
Nice.
Felt like the norm again. Felt like I was, doing something, and yeah, and so, but like content wise, like I really don't have an idea. Like right now, I have to play Sekiro tonight because someone redeemed it on my channel to make me play it,
Good
and
luck.
anybody, yeah,
I
there's a
own it,
history with
and
that game.
I've not completed it.
There's a history with that game. I played it on stream and I got like, angry, and I stopped
Well,
playing
it's
it.
like
And that was
it's less Dark Souls and more rhythm game, and I'm
yeah,
super bad
yeah,
at rhythm games.
yeah, yeah.
So everyone, thank you for joining us for this week's Loot Drop podcast, and a special shout out to our good friend here on the Loot Drop podcast, Tibor. Tibor, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at on Twitch. I'm twitch.tv/Tibor Gaming. Yeah, usually 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for most times. That's usually my block. So usually like 8 to like 11 or midnight, but it does vary. But usually I at least stream for like 3 hours at least. So. And there you can enjoy me losing my absolute shit on various Souls games, and every once in a while the little bit of a comedic kind of commentary, but mainly the hating my life and wanting to break shit.
Well,
So it's a lot more of that.
guys, we're gonna have this fantastic gentleman's uh, socials and his Twitch linked down in the description below. Please go drop this man a follow. Check out his streams. I've heard nothing but great things. I know I will be doing just that. Guys, thank you so much for an amazing episode, and we'll see you back here next week.
Thank you.